is about that time, and I was tagging this one today, and it says, if the entire US Army was protecting you from these 4 robots, which do you think you have the best chance of surviving? If I'm getting hunted down by a tripod, that's GG's, because they're definitely gonna get me. There's nowhere I can hide that they're not gonna disintegrate with their lasers. What is the US Army gonna do when they can't get past their shields? They were finally able to damage one, it was because it was already dying. Then if it's the Iron Giant, I'm most definitely dead. The army threw everything at the giant, and he was eating it. They had multiple battleships attacking this man to no damage. Then he had countermeasures for everything that they threw at him. The giant had full-blown atomic destruction. If he decided just to launch that, we're done. Did we forget that the giant just straight up took a nuke to the face? That he survived to no damage? The Omnidroid was designed to take down superheroes. The army is doing nothing to this. It would kill me, but Optimus would have to run this fade. At any time, the army could have lit up these Transformers. Their durability in these movies are not that good. Optimus is not immune to getting shot, so I definitely pick him. But I am the true post to the great question. What is the anime rule that you would break? If we're in the middle of a fight, I'm not telling nobody shit about how my power works. Because if I have a clear advantage over you, you better figure it out. On God, if I have a broken power, I will raw level 3 straight in your face and not think twice about it. I would have somebody mid-match going, God, what is this? Poison. What kind? The strong kind. Now guess my mix, bitch! I'm not about to have a 7-minute conversation with you after I just got my first bit of damage off on you so you can counter. Oh nah. That is my ultimate get back. You gonna die wondering what the hell just happened with no explanation. Another rule I'm breaking is we're starting that fight at full power. I ain't gauging shit. I mean, I'm activating every ability I know. I'm not about to give you the chance. If I got some new shit, I'ma use it, cause this is GG no re over here. Cause if I have something that's some top tier shit that you don't got, that's tough. I don't know what to tell you. It don't gotta be a one shot, but it's damn sure gonna be a landslide. We don't play with these villains.
You have to survive 24 hours being chased by a horror villain of your choice. Who are you picking? That's easy.
You might as well tell him to bring me my money because I already got a couple in mind that I know I can beat. The first one I'm picking is the creature from It Follows. The creature is a physical being that is slow as shit and it walks everywhere. The creature is no stronger than your average human, so it has problems breaking into places. Boy, all I gotta do is get in a car and then just ride over to the airport and fly somewhere far away long enough to ride out the 24 hours. With how long it would take it to cross the ocean, the time would have been up. Another top pick is the Grabber from the Black Phone. Grabber preys on young boys specifically. This weirdo is not gonna fight a grown man, and I'm definitely bigger and stronger than him. Spoiler alert ahead for Black Phone if you didn't know. This guy not only had a weapon in his hand, had his big ass dog with him. Somehow swings, misses, and drops the axe. Mind you, he doesn't pick it back up and then he gets tricked into falling into a hole. Then he ends up getting two-pieced by a preteen who doesn't even know how to fight. And taking his mask off is his biggest weakness because he's crazy as hell. If this kid who learned how to fight from the phone can beat him, I got it. What element in the Avatar series has the best sub-bending? For myself, I would say it would be earth bending. Please, before any of you guys say blood bending, this is a dead art form that can only be done once a month under the full moon with prodigies. I judge these subsets by how practical they are. Only one family knew how to do this regularly and they're all gone. I can't give it the best subset. Then Katara is gonna let this subset die because it's sick, so nobody knows this. But metal bending was unheard of and it was one of the most advanced bending back in the day. But now metal bending is one of the easiest subsets to learn and is used to take down other benders. Then one of the most useful skills to gather information is the seismic sense that surrounds the entire area. They also have advantage in wetland areas like swamps as well because of mud bending. Then they can also sand bend. Lava bending is really slept on because if this touches you, you're just dead. Gazan used lava bending to bring down the whole wall of Ba Sing Se. The whole Fire Nation couldn't do this. There is no element that can overcome the destructive nature of this subset, so I definitely give it to Earthbenders. David wants to know, what Total Drama finalist deserves to win the least in my opinion? I don't care what no one says, the fact that Beth made it to the final 2 in Total Drama Action is some absolute bullshit. Yes, Beth was winning some challenges at the end, but it's primarily because they keep putting her up against Heather just to embarrass her. This whole season was just to shit on the power players because Beth would just be standing there and get a dub off of nothing. I was hearing people talk about she was a power player because she called out Lashana for talking shit. So, first of all, every season they find any reason to eliminate Lashana because she's a better player than anyone here. They would demonize Lashana for that, but they wouldn't eliminate Miss I Got a Boyfriend every 10 seconds. But she been fiending and chasing for Justin all damn season and actually cheated and kissed Harold while covered in vomit, mind you. Boy, they voted Trent off just for being weird. You think her ass wouldn't be going home too? Especially when she ate all the girls' cookies because she thought she deserved them more. What? Then she got them braces off and then lost her mind talking about she didn't want to work with Lindsay now just because she's stupid. Ma'am, you were Heather's NPC most of season 1. Get the hell out of here. This shit damn sure ain't canon to me. Who is the biggest menace from Boondocks here? First of all, let's get one thing straight. It is a sin that Winston Jerome is on this list before the Booty Warrior. Either way, you're crazy if you didn't pick Stink Meaner. This man's whole existence is just starting shit and hating everything. That's all he is. He will step on your shoes just because he smells that they're new. This is after he slammed the TO car just because he felt like it. Talking about the same guy who died and went to hell and called the devil a bitch. Then to get a run back with you, he'll possess your friend. And as a side mission, he beat his wife's cheeks just cause he could. I'll be damned if I'm beefing with somebody this hard they come back to life just to run my fade. Then if he can't get to you, his crazy ass kung fu crew will. This man preemptively cloned himself just to harass somebody. That's next level petty. What's crazy is that this cycle may never end. This man only knows just messing with Robert. There is no bigger menace than Stink Meter and Boondocks. And the Go Jared wants to know, what's a trope that you wish was done better? The significant other or the best friend discovers that the main character is a superhero. Trope is so aggravating because it always has the most unneeded, annoying factors in it. Of course, they would have a shit ton of questions. That comes naturally. Sure, they become a confidant and someone they can turn to when they need help or advice. Then they get sick of covering for them and then the problem starts. Then you always have that episode where the best friend reveals that they've always been jealous and didn't think that you deserve the power because they want to get way more involved even though they're normal as hell. There's always an episode where they get superpowers through evil means and they always have to show up their best friend. Yes, there's evil factors around it, but these are actually their feelings too. Maxine from Batman Beyond is the absolute worst when it comes down to this. He is so desperate to put her life in danger, it's ridiculous. What does Max do? Go to the very apartment he told her not to. She almost got murdered and got someone else killed because she just couldn't stay home. And why I like William from Invincible is because he knows Mark's secret, yet he minds his business. William knows the danger, so he covers for Mark, but doesn't get involved. We need more like him. Which beatdown was the hardest to watch? There is no denying that Videl versus Spopovich is one of the most brutal fights in anime history. But it wasn't like she wasn't giving that man to work throughout the fight. For the most part, it was pretty even, and she even damn near killed him. But when she started getting her ass beat, I didn't feel bad, because she chose to keep catching this work. At that point, this was just another anime fight. And at the end, he gently just gave her a ring out. At least she ain't dead. This fight with Komodo Dragon was a different level of hell no I was not prepared for. I've seen Duplicate get bodied so many times, I'm desensitized to her death. Sure, she was getting in this work, she was doing something, but they really left a girl who can just clone herself to fight an actual Hulk. What did they think was gonna happen? Then she got popped. I can't even show what he did to her. Ben taught us a long time ago, if you got cloning powers and you going up against someone you can't fight, you better have a spare body at home or in the trunk. What he did to Shrinking Ray needs to be studied. This man used his muscles to kill and constrict a woman from the inside. This was next level disturbing. He got it. The main man Darius wants to know, what Marvel or DC movie felt like a waste of time? I wish I could get the time back I wasted on Thor Love and Thunder. I was actually really interested into this movie's potential because of the fact that Thor has been through so much up until Endgame. He had to come back from feeling unworthy. Thor gave it his all in that final fight because he knew what it meant to fail. All that pain, development, and loss he's experienced over the years just gets treated like a joke in this movie. You really have Thor doing the most goofiest shit in this movie, like riding Stormbreaker like it's a witch's broom. Doing unnecessary shit like this goofy ass split kick. Over here hitting a flying kick on trucks. Just flying through a glass citadel he's supposed to be protecting. This is some Thor movie 1 shit. Gore the God Butcher is watered down. This is a guy who murked billions of gods. Someone who needed 3 Thors to even fight. Thor had a conversation with him and ended up not worthy. That's how crazy he is. This version of Gore only murks 2 gods and one of them were off screen. They were beating him with freaking kids. If you don't cut this shit off, he had mercy and reasoning. Boy trash. For $10 million, which of these 4 characters would you spend a day with? There are multiple easy ways to get this money, but there is only one that is the most worth it. I can easily see myself spending 24 hours with Adam. Most of the time, Adam would just talk about himself or banging chicks. I've met a college freshman. You think I can't deal with Adam's massive ego? I'm a creator. We meet self-deluded narcissists all the time. If Charlie can sit and listen to this man ramble for hours, I know I can. And on God, I would make a song with Adam and Lute so quick. They had some of the best verses in this show. There's no question to be post. These unholy gates close. Did you forget that hell is forever? Another thing is, I'm asking for one of these LED helmets they wearing. That goes hard. If he gave me this, I would wear this shit all day. Main reason I'm picking him should be obvious. That's 24 hours in heaven. I think I'm about to pass up kicking it in eternal paradise for a day. 24 hours with Adam would be easy as hell. I'm definitely picking him. Duke wants to know, who would win in a fight, the Toilinator or the Box Ghost? I can't believe you guys are putting this goober, this absolute dork, against the supreme master villain known as the Toilinator. Toilinator is so dangerous, other villains hire him. This man is so crazy, toilet paper bends to his will. Have you ever seen such a Giga Chad that doesn't have to wipe his own ass? It wipes it for him. This man has toilet paper so soft it can make you physically weak and tie you up. He's doing all this with 1-ply toilet paper. That's a dangerous man. You know how scary that shit is, to where this man can plunge you through the toilet? Man can plunge you so hard the suction goes through your body to stick you to the wall. You have to understand that this is the boogeyman that creeps in your toilet. Nobody wants the smoke that comes from that bowl. Do you not understand this is the tidy bowl master? All tremble before the might of the Giga Flush. It's the Box Ghost. Come on, y'all. As lame as he is, he's still a ghost with ghost powers. What the hell is Toilinator gonna do? Fights with Danny let you know there's some dangerous shit in boxes. Beware the Box Ghost. Who's coming out the winner in this 4-way brawl with these Ben 10 aliens? This fight is actually easy to decipher because they've all fought Luma. Luma is the strongest natural Tetraman in the universe. Only did Armadillo's earthquake attacks do nothing to her. She was able to perform better earthquake attacks attacks with just her fist. He then proceeds to no-diff Armadillo's attacks and then said they tickle while she's getting jumped. He's definitely not comparable to her, so he's out first. The next two aliens could go either way because Forearms has overpowered Luma, and he was the first to ever defeat her, making him the strongest of their species. Meanwhile, Wrath has easily overpowered her. Wrath easily defeated her far quicker than Forearms did. Definitely believe that Wrath would beat Forearms because he's faster, has better durability, and he's far more skilled. He's made a career out of dogging Tetraman and Tetraman hybrids. Mungasaur is physically the strongest, which is why Luma had to exert effort when it came down to blocking him instead of Armadillo. In a test of strength shown in the show, it's been proven that Humungasaur is physically superior to Forearms. And Humungasaur can grow much larger and stronger than all of them, so I definitely say he's time in the GOAT. You can figure out who wants to know. If you could switch one Spider-Man villain and one Batman villain, who would you pick? I have thought about this extensively while thinking about both of their rogues galleries, and I'm telling you right now, I believe I have the perfect trade for both of them. Marvel side, Batman is getting Hammerhead. Honestly, think about this. Most of Batman's rogue gallery consists of psychopathic, eccentric mobsters in a suit. Batman has Two-Face, he also has the Penguin, Black Mask, the Riddler, Mad Hatter, and I'm sure there's more, but you get my point. Honestly, if he came to Gotham, people would be losing their territory. This man is straight up strong as shit and relentless when it comes down to his combat. This man is strong enough to run Spider-Man's pockets. I'm sure Batman would have a problem with him. On a DC side, I definitely would trade Mr. Freeze. Can you think of one Spider-Man villain that has cold powers? Because I can't. He needs one. I also feel like the dynamic between Peter and Freeze would be better as well because Peter would deeply understand Freeze's motivations and he would try to save him a lot sooner. Freeze just wants to save his wife, and I feel like Peter would do everything in his power to help him. Yeah. If the roles were reversed, who here would catch the most heat? That is the Eds, no question. They are going to jail. Canker sisters are most definitely the definition of assault. These girls look at the word consent and then openly laugh at it. Bro, when they first moved in, they stripped the Eds out of their clothes and then put them in their dad's robe. The Eds didn't know what happened, and the first thing out of Lee's mouth was, go ahead, yell, nobody will hear you. One time they hypnotized the Eds and then made them dogs in the backyard chained up. One time they broke into their house because they said they're on vacation and they're spending it with them. Lee said that her favorite part of this is when the Eds run from the assault. They also kidnapped the Eds again and then forced them into marriage. They once were stuck in a wall and still got snatched up by these girls. Boy, one time they tied Ed upside down to a tree just so May could do this shit to him because she was feeling bad. They not even safe in the shower. They don't seem like they stopping at kissing. Nah, that's the GOT 3000. They even getting them at school in the bathroom. The Eds would be under the prison. Who fumbled the worst, Mordecai or Brian? Now it really depends. Are we talking about in life or with women? Because I believe Brian wins both. Sure, Mordecai continuously fumbled the premium bag known as CJ, but I chalk it up to him being young and dumb, and eventually he got his shit together and found the one for him. But Brian's very existence is nothing but failure. Brian was actually a successful director in adult films, but he just gave that up for no reason. Brian did have a best-selling book, but this man got roasted into saying it was shit on national television. This was especially annoying to me because who cares what they think if your fans like it? Brian had a successful play that people actually liked, but he was too busy worrying about what other people think again and ruined it. Brian has fumbled so much his exes can fill up a room. He found his perfect match with Carolyn, but then listened to a baby on when it was right to sleep with her. Brian dated Lauren Conrad, who was basically a rich genius. He fumbled her because he can't date someone smarter than him. And the love of his life had two functional brain cells working as hard as they can. Even she said, I deserve better than you. So yeah, it's Brian.